Hey guys, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And I really can't wait to see you guys on my channel. I really appreciate all your love and support, and I love you guys so much. I wanted to talk about how, I was raised originally when I was little in the church, and I'm not really religious at this point anymore, but I still pray to Jesus. I still pray to Yeshua. I still um pray to Archangel Michael. So that is who I have still want a relationship with. I am still getting back into a relationship with. Um and so if I were to pick a spirituality, if I were to pick deities to pray to, it would be Jesus, Yeshua, and Archangel Michael as like the main ones. And I've just been really feeling awesome lately. So on the 3rd, I get to go shopping. Well, I'm going to buy one thing, and then on the 4th, I'm going to go to the mall. And then I can do like my main shopping. But on the 3rd, I think I'm going to get myself a little something. And then I'm just really excited to go to the mall and go just get girly stuff. And I got tons of makeup and all that. But yeah, and I'm going to Savannah Beauty Supply because I need to get my hair done. I need to like fix everything. So, um, getting more into myself since I'm doing better mentally and physically, and um, wanting that relationship with Yeshua and Archangel Michael, and wanting them to be on my team and be closer to me. And that's how I've been doing it recently. I was feeling really, really sick. You know how I think they were with me last night because I was feeling really sick last night and I was having trouble breathing. I don't know what was going on with my throat, but I went for a walk since something told me, like, go for a walk, just get out in nature because nature is a natural healer. Um, and so I left my apartment and I went for a walk and I got all the fresh air, because moonlight is healing as well, just as healing as sunshine. Like, I love being in sunshine, it makes me feel super good. But when I went for a walk last night, at first I was still feeling like sick and everything, and then I just said, I need to remain calm, and I started listening to very healing music that helped me connect more to spirit, and music that isn't so lustful. But if I am going to play a song about love, it's about like real genuine love, not just lust or a one night stand. Like, I'm more into music about real relationships. So I was playing that kind of music, like, and then I started to slowly feel better, and talking to spirit, lifting, because I think that I would also like to tap more into spiritual gifts that I was given, and hoping that I can tap into those when I like go out, since nature and music is like my safe haven. That's like the main place I go to be happy and to heal. When I'm out one day, to just connect more with like whatever spiritual gifts that I have, to be more psychic, to be more intuitive, to see spirits. Um, and I was really like, I think we need more really sunny days. Like, I just can't wait for it to stop snowing. Um, because, you know, I'm the type of person that can handle only one day of winter. One day of winter, that's it. Like, I can't do months and months of it, just I really have to pull myself out of that depression. I really have to like work super hard internally to not feel kind of icky during the winter time, like I'm not myself. And I haven't really within the past couple of years of getting back on my feet, because I wound up homeless again in July. And then I moved back into here, into this apartment, and I'm staying here for as long as I possibly can. And then, I have goals on saving my money to do other things as far as like getting my body done and stuff like that. And I don't know, it was crazy because I had tried to move to Los Angeles and then realizing there weren't any low income apartments in Los Angeles. Everything was crazy, crazy high. Like hotels, apartments, you name it. Everything was extremely expensive in Los Angeles, California. So then I wound up just booking a flight back to my hometown and being like, I am never, probably never going back to LA, because it was like I was on Skid Row. I was on Skid Row. I wound up homeless in Los Angeles, California. So I walked for 3 nights in LA. 3 nights homeless in Los Angeles, California on Skid Row. And I met an Uber driver who was very creepy. And like there was like a lot of stuff that happened in Los Angeles, but for the most part, like, and I got to experience what Los Angeles homeless shelters were like, and those were bad too. Like the homeless shelters are bad in my city as well, but like in LA, because nobody recognized me and because nobody knew me, it was super awkward then too, because like everybody was acting kind of mean towards me, and like I was just really uncomfortable. So I wound up like leaving the homeless shelter and walking around the rest of the time, like all day and all night, with a blanket over me in Los Angeles, California on Skid Row, with all of my stuff in a suitcase and a roller bag, and rolling it through LA and talking to people. Like I had enough. The only money that I had was for food and Ubers. Food and Ubers. I couldn't afford hotels. Hotels were like $1,000. Like I didn't have that much money on my card. I had enough food, Ubers. That's it. Like I didn't, and like some clothes. But because that was such a traumatic memory too, and then like winding up once I got back to my hometown with like my family members who abused me and stuff like that for a while, and then going back to a homeless shelter here in my city until I got in back into this apartment, like it was really really difficult. So I wound up throwing those clothes away because they had all of those memories on them. And like I had a phone at the time, last July, and I remember like sitting outside of somebody's gigantic mansion. I wasn't bothering the person inside, but like I had a blanket over me, and like I called 911, and I was like, and then when the ambulance showed up and everybody, they're like, unfortunately, we don't have any services through us for homeless people, like other places other than the shelter for you to go. And it was just really really hard. So like I had been walking around just the entire time, and like I I mean, people, like what I was really shocked about in Los Angeles, rich people were really nice. Like rich people would I met this one guy, he had like this Lamborghini, and he gave me 100, and he's like, here you go, like just get yourself something to eat. And so he was really cool for that. And yeah, I was really, because like in my hometown, I mean, it's very hard. It's very hard to like, because I've been homeless several times before in my hometown. Like I wasn't always staying at home. I've went through a lot, and because of that, I I know that shelters can be really hard. It's hard to get people to help you out, like genuinely be like tell them your story and tell them what you're going through. And in my hometown, somebody, if they like you, if they kind of like you, they might give you $5 if you're really struggling. But if they want to help out a little bit more than that, the max amount of money that I've gotten in my hometown to help me out is like only $20. And that can buy like McDonald's or something like that. So, I mean, I've been through a lot of being abused by my adopted family. I went through trafficking, sex trafficking. I'm a survivor of prescription pill addiction. I went through so much shit, and people don't think that I look like it because I look so young. I'm 27. I look so much younger, and I look like I guess to a lot of people, like I look like a teenager, so they don't think that anybody who looks like I do has been through anything. And that's the frustrating part, because people often become super like disrespectful sometimes, when they think that I'm only 16 years old, because a lot of people think that I look 16. So when they meet me and they talk to me, like they start mistreating me because they're they think that I'm really a teenager. So, and that's concerning, because it's like if they're talking to me like that, that means like the actual teenagers, they're like being abusive towards them. So I wind up having to be like put people in their place, like be respectful to me. I'm not a baby, I'm not a child. I'm a grown woman. Please treat me with respect and talk to me properly, because that was one of the reasons why I had to cut somebody out of my life recently. She's like, "Oh, you're a baby. I'm in my 50s." And she was extremely disrespectful. And, she just kind of downplayed everything that I believed in. She had made some comments about thinking that I was stupid, and my belief systems in regards to money and things like that were stupid. And like just pretty much all of my belief systems in, like in life. And she was kind of using my emotions against me and stuff like that. And I noticed all those things, all those red flags about her. So I was just like, you know I wish you the best in life, but we can't talk anymore. I need my personal space. And this was like my neighbor who lives in my apartment. I just told her that. I'm like, yeah, we can't talk anymore because I'm really uncomfortable. And I didn't go into detail about how I felt disrespected by her or anything like that, because I didn't think it was necessary. I think that she knew deep down she was being disrespectful. And that was part of the reason for our relationship not lasting, because she didn't respect me as a woman. Like I may look like a child, but I'm not a child. So people, when they open their mouth to talk to me sometimes in public, because they really like they're allowing the baby face to like manipulate their mind into thinking that I'm really a teenage girl, they start getting extremely rude. And I'm just like, no, like talk to me with respect. I happen to be 27 years old. I've been through more than you think I've been through. I have an old soul. My childhood was stripped away from me through trauma, which means I had to grow up really fast, which means I had to be wise beyond my years due to the life experiences that I had. Like, I have more life experience than the average 27-year-old. I didn't grow up around many 27 and many people my age. Excuse me. I didn't grow up around many people my age who are going through the same kinds of trauma, who are going through the same kinds of things that I was going through. So it was even more difficult because of that. When you don't have family or friends, and the friends I do have now, I have like a very small circle, and they're all also older than me. Like all my friends, my close friends, are in their 40s and 50s. So I have like three friends, and I don't see them very often either, because they don't live on this side of town, and they, because they're older, you know, they have husbands, they have children, and they're busier with other stuff, and I'm kind of like um more rogue, like to myself when I'm in the city most of the time, unless I'm able to hang out with my friends. And I'm hoping um on the 5th or the 6th to hang out with my one of my friends, because it's been a while. She's older, so she wasn't really feeling well the past couple of weeks, so I haven't really seen her. And I'm hoping to hang out with her again soon. So, yeah. And I've always gotten along with older people because I'm more mature. You know, the average 27-year-old isn't as mature as I am. Like growing up, like I was ready for things that older people were ready for because I had grown up so fast with the things that happened to me and the things that I went through. I was ready for more mature relationships, mature, like everything seemed like it was going so fast. And I was like I started developing breasts before a lot of the girls in my grade in elementary school. When I started getting boobs, I started getting bullied for that too, because I was bullied a lot in school. So, you know, that was one of the things that the girls made fun of me for, because I started getting tits before everybody else. And everybody was angry about that. So, yeah. I just wanted to check in with you guys, talk to you guys about that, and I hope you all are doing well. Thank you.